So, hi people. Today's little Bible bite is from the book of Genesis, and I'm just sticking with day 2. I don't need to do a lot, but let me read it first. Let's see. Starting from verse 6. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Okay, that's pretty short. It's only a few verses, but it's important. Partly because there are so many crazy ideas regarding the firmament that I hear from carnal-minded Christians who just really don't understand Scripture and they're just repeating what people said. I'm glad that they have the conviction to believe that Scripture is true. That's important. If you don't believe Scripture is true, you can't really know God. Well, I shouldn't say that because God can reveal himself to anybody. But typically, he's revealing himself through his word, because the purpose of his word is to reveal himself, and specifically in the person of Jesus the Christ, or Yeshua of Nazareth. Anyway, let's talk about the verses then. So, firmament. Now that's a peculiar word. Of course, it's not the same as the original Hebrew. I'm not going to look it up. I don't see a reason to do all that. If you're one of the flat earth crazies, you can always go and look yourself. But at this point, we said on day 1 that God created the universe, but he left it without form. And the first suggestion of form was just separating day and night. But you have to understand, at this point, the universe is still a big void that has day and night. The light appears, it illuminates, that's day. Light goes out. Well, it doesn't say light goes out on the first day, it just says it comes on. See? There's darkness, and then there's light. And that is the first day. So it's not even a consideration for the light to go back to darkness yet. And the firmament, well, people argue, it's like this dome over the sky and all this, and that what's beyond it is nothing or something like that, or the stars are just, I don't know what they imagine them to be, because it denies everything, we understand about physics and the universe. But, things like parallax and, scientific evidence is that the planets and things are at some distance from us. But anyway, understand at this point in actual history, if you consider Genesis history, there's still no objects with form. There's no stars, there's no sun and moon, there's no objects, there's nothing. It's just the waters. And now a firmament. So again, what does this firmament mean? Well, from the word, again, it's not in the original language, but it suggests that there is matter, that there is something solid. There are solid things. It doesn't mean it's a solid dome around the earth, because the earth is not even described here yet. The creation of things on earth follows. But we'll have to wait till we get to the rest of the verses. So, now, it says that God created this firmament in the midst of the waters. Waters above, waters below. Now, I think that's because the people that this was written to didn't have any concept of something outside the earth. It's all they knew. They weren't sophisticated. They didn't have any kind of advanced science. They may have had some simple things like some math, counting and things like that, but, some ancient peoples had geometry, and specifically among a class of people that built things like architects. They had some knowledge of basic geometry, so they could build things that were stable, and sometimes they built things that were less than stable, because we all know, most people should know at least about the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. So they kind of screwed up the foundation, I guess. They weren't planning on it being that soft. They didn't calculate it right. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not something I studied, but they obviously did something wrong. So the firmament exists, but it's not, like I said, it's not this dome or something. It's just matter. It's just God created this matter, and it's spread out. Actually, the firmament is spread out through the universe, and it's all over this. It's not like this tiny thing here over the earth. It just keeps going. It's the firmament. It's what is. It's the solidity of the universe. And I guess that's about all I can say about it for now. We'll go into the next verses in the next tape, or next video. I'm old, that dates me.